Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 31 of the Realm Recap. I'm Jason from Yakface.com, joined once again by FlyGuy from FLYGUY.net.
Hello, interwebs.
Hello, sir.
And yeah, I like your little slogan underneath your hangout there. So yeah, 40 years, dude. I didn't think you were 40, but there you go. So
I know a lot of people were surprised, but no, I'm all of 40, and I felt like it this morning. Believe me.
you've even got a little frosty bit on the beard there, just a
Oh
little
yeah,
grey
is
hairs
it
going on
showing?
too. It's showing now, and I'm really white these days. So
It
yeah.
might be it might be vomit. I don't know. No, it's
Oh
no,
jeez.
it might have I might have actually changed color there over the night.
Just
I don't know.
overnight, just
Mhm.
anyway.
Anyway, enough about me. Let's talk about toys.
Toys.
Not a whole lot of Hasbro news this week, but I think there was some decent information that got out there as far as new product sales from Toys R Us and whatnot. So we'll start off things though with the prototype Boba Fett giveaway contest that we had launched on Monday last week. Um, I mentioned on our last show that I planned on rolling this out, and I did in fact pick a winner, and that person has been notified via Twitter. This Twitter handle person is Paul Davo Davis. He's a UK resident, I believe.
Woohoo!
So we're spreading the love overseas there, and
You're very kind, sir. I'm telling you, that's a hard thing to get. I traveled so many stores to try and get one, so
yeah,
yeah. So yeah, it's a very nice thing to do. So well done, Yakface, and you, and our UK winner. That's good.
good deal. And speaking of Boba Fett's, Adam Paulus from Galactic Hunter posted an article regarding
That's right.
a whole bunch more of these are supposed to be shipping to stores in November, apparently. 40,000 40,000 worth. So
Exactly. From the
hopefully
ver- I
that
mean,
should hopefully
keep
that
people
should fix that.
excited. But Stephen Ann's a great person to follow just in general. He's his toy posts and some of his photographs of his desk are really pretty amazing. So yeah, definitely follow him. He's the Walgreens toy buyer, as Galactic Hunter says. So yeah, that's a lot of cases. That's a lot of cases. But
Yeah, and those cases, those are, they're all Boba Fett cases. They're
yeah,
not split amongst
solid.
other characters. They're solid Boba Fett cases. So I think it'll be a lot easier for people to find if they're still having trouble, and hopefully
Yep.
people will take the initiative to help out other people that are still looking.
Yes. Yes. I will do the same as well. We'll try and get some for UK and Australian listeners and so forth. So yes, definitely.
Good deal. Moving over to the 3.75-inch figures, Jedi Temple Archives started posting yesterday, announcing that they're going to be rolling out this week their RDRs, research droid reviews for the next wave of the Black Series line, which is on the new cool TIE Fighter pilot cards.
Mm. It's nice to see that the way that they've sliced off the bubble there. So yeah,
Yep.
looking good. And he's already started with the Luke Wampa. So
Yep. Posted that today, I believe.
yep, yep,
So,
cool.
so you could follow them all week long, and they'll be posting those. Dorkside Toys, you had posted just recently that there's a new case pack out
That's
available for
right.
pre-order.
That's right. It's just this full 12. There's been a lot of people asking about the Inquisitor, who has just sold through a ton of figures. As has Chopper as well. Those two have just, and the Stormtrooper have just gone bananas. So if you really want to get these figures and you can buy them all in a case pack, that's a pretty sweet price for 12 figures. I know I'm biased, but even if I wasn't, I'd still be 1, 2, 3. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
So
and I
so
like that
nice.
this case is split half Rebels and half original
Yep. Yep.
trilogy, prequel trilogy. So
Well, it just means you get everything, and
yeah,
I'm just so bad at maths. I'm trying to work that out here, and $5.83 a figure. That's pretty good. So
good
if
deal.
you want to get them, get them. So, and for some reason, the Inquisitor has just—I didn't realize he would be the real popular one, but
Yeah.
He's just gone crazy. So yeah, that's if you want to get it, that's what I do.
Let's see. Other toy news. Toys R Us, they kicked off a new promotion this week where everything excluding Lego, as
Yeah.
always, is buy one get one 40% off. So
And is that
people
for the
can
week?
for the week, yes. So
Wow, that's not a
people
bad
could
deal.
stock up on. If you flip through that circular there, you'll see it on like page 4 or something like that. Um,
Okay.
but anyway, yeah. So I know that a lot of stores have been receiving replenishments for like the speeder bike
Yep.
and Jabba. Not that you need multiples of Jabba,
Not
but
really, no. Very good.
yeah, they're promoting that Rebels line pretty hard because, or the command line anyway.
Mhm.
So hopefully we'll start seeing, since it is towards the end of September here, hopefully we'll start to see the Rebels figures coming out
Yep.
soon, since the show starts in 2 weeks.
Exactly. So yeah, the command stuff is as we kind of all predicted, not really doing anything. It's
Yeah.
still kind of sitting there, but there we go. To each their own.
And maybe that'll pick up more once the show actually starts. People can actually, kids anyway, can see
Sure.
how
Yeah,
the show
that's
plays
true.
out.
That's true. That's true. You're right.
Let's see. Regarding Toy Guide and reviews, I had posted a few updates this week, starting off with the Jedi Reveal set that is a Toys R Us exclusive. I was able to score one of those.
Nice.
Pretty decent, I think.
What do you think about it overall?
It's good. It's um, like how we've mentioned before, the price seems a little high considering what you're getting in the you're
Sure.
getting
Sure.
2 5 POA figures and a 1 POA, and there's been some production issues with some of the figures in the sets I've encountered and have been reading where um, it's interesting. For Kanan, his hands are separate pieces that are glued in to the forearms,
Mm-hmm.
and I've seen some glued in at odd angles, like they're twisted, maybe 180 degrees. So the posing of the lightsaber would be awkward if you were to have him try to hold it.
Sure.
And what else? Oh, there was a weird shot I think I saw over at StarWarsCollector.com where Dan had taken a picture of one of um, the Ezra figures in the package, and his arm was bent in some sort of weird weird position. I don't know how he even got that way inside the case, but it was pretty weird.
It looks. Kanan's looking very kind of bow-legged. They're very kind of
Yeah.
wide. In fact, they're all looking wide stance, apart from, of course, gigantic Obi. So
Right.
I
And
haven't
that
looked through your. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, and that wide stance for Kanan is a little bit, he's kind of. It takes a little bit to balance him
Mm.
because he kind of typically tends to lean forward a little bit. I don't know
Sure.
if maybe it could just be my desk. I don't know. I think my desk is pretty well level, but yeah, especially if you display him with his arm outreached with his lightsaber, he wants to tilt forward a bit, so you kind of have to jockey him around a little bit to get him to balance quite right.
And you find
Um,
it Ezra's helmet goes over his head pretty well. There's
Yep.
no. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty decent.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can see my review there, my quick, pros and cons right up of it on the site, and then also click through and check out all of the images.
Looking good.
Yeah, I'm pleased with it.
They're quite nice.
Let's see what else. I added the prototype Boba Fett to the toy guide as well. Essentially, if you've got the Boba Fett regular version, it's nothing new other than
No.
less paint and
Yours is looking
a better box.
very white there.
Yeah,
I was kind of seeing in the review that I did was very grey in the body and just. Am I wrong? Is yours overly white? Or?
mine is pretty white. I've seen, I think, of a couple that I have, there might be a little bit of a yellowish shift to the plastic. I'm not sure exactly.
You notice it on the feet very much. I'm just trying to highlight that there for people.
Mhm.
The difference. It's grey. It is actually
Yeah,
grey. So,
but
but
it's
you know,
nicely done overall, I think. It's kind of tough to screw up an all white figure like that,
it
other
is.
than
I
having,
know.
paint masks not hit in the right spots. But
Yep.
this one was pretty decent in that regard.
Just shows you the difference there, just comparing on your toy guide. Just so much weathering on one and nothing on the other. But I was a little bit disappointed in the figure actually. But what am I going to do? Say no? It's Fett. Had
Right.
to have it. So, but it's a great sculpt. So we're going to keep on buying it. So
hmm
that's what's going to happen.
Also posted another one was the 6-inch scale Chewbacca, which is a pretty decent figure.
It is indeed. That's it's one of my favorites actually. I really like this Chewie.
Yeah.
Nicely done there with your touch with the Stormtrooper blaster or rifle. That looks
hmm
great from the BCA scene. Nice. Nicely done, sir. I like it. You've even got one Stormtrooper looking a little shorter than the other.
Yeah, I
So
kind of tried to cheat it a little bit. It's a little bit of
you just need some binders there and you'll be absolutely, you'll be
yeah,
on the money. But that looks great. He's a great looking figure. A lot of
yeah,
people had been a little unhappy with the facial sculpt, but I loved it. I thought it was fantastic.
yeah. The facial sculpt is good. I mentioned in the pros and cons section on the front page was it'd be nice because that sculpt that we have here is so specific. He's always yelling or whatever he's doing. It would be kind of nice if whether it's a future variant or even if they would have packed in an alternate head sculpt just with
Yeah.
a expressionless
Yeah, that would
look.
have been nice. That would have been nice. I think, without a doubt, we're going to get another Chewie. I mean, we know we're going to get another one down the line, whether it's a complete repaint or not. But as you say, I mean, the chances are they could redo the entire body, but with a different head sculpt. Even put a kind of a breather mask on it and make it from the
Yeah.
Empire Strikes Back sequence. So,
Yeah, they
we
could
could
do
get another one.
a lot of accessories. You could do one,
Chewie in the back. Sorry, 3PO in the back.
right, or what's the other one I was thinking of the other day? Because his hair is so specific in
Mm.
Star Wars versus Return of the Jedi. You could have the more parted
He's a,
hairdo.
I can imagine, and we've seen it before, Hasbro easily doing a Hoth version, just sitting with a paintbrush, just
Yep.
peddling lots of white all over him. So we'll get him again, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Right. You had posted several reviews I had noticed throughout the week
Sure.
of new products. So
Yeah, pretty much the same stuff as you posted, just catching up on some of the 3 3/4. The Rees, Jabba Skiff Guard. I have to say, I'm getting less enthused about 3 3/4. I don't know how you're feeling about it, but it's hard to get excited about Jabba Skiff Guard, for example, when he's a guy in a white jumpsuit.
hmm
It's just not feeling it. And if it was on that card, I think what it's making me realize is at least 40% of the purchase for me is weighed in on that vintage classic card. It really makes such a difference because when you've just got this figure in minimal presentation, it ain't
Yeah.
that good. It ain't that
Yep.
good.
And I think too that we've received so many different 3 3/4 inch figures that there are obviously increasingly less and less characters that they could come out with until episode 7.
Exactly.
So I think that's the main reason why Hasbro went to the 6-inch form, so they could sell all of the figures all over again.
All over again.
So
Absolutely. Absolutely. A
but,
marketer's dream.
Yep. Anyway, moving on to some other manufacturer news. Gentle Giant this week, they released their solicitation for the Jumbo Kenner Princess Leia in Boushh disguise.
She's gone. It's on obviously in her little rotation there. Let's look up for it. Yes, it was on the homepage there. There we go.
Boushh.
Bounty hunter called Boushh. Well, it's interesting. Our good friend Tamer from the Imperial Shipyards, as you told me, was getting rid of all of his. So you gotta have a lot of room for this. Are you, because it's Bounty Hunter? Are you gonna go for this one?
I'm waffling. I'm non-committal yet, so.
Okay.
We'll
It
see.
is a bounty hunter, you know. It is a
Yeah.
bounty. That's yeah. It's Boushh. It's the same old. But
Yeah, I always like the 3 3/4 inch figure with the helmet on. I never liked the the Leia interpretation that
no, it
you got.
didn't work for me. Yet again, I don't understand Gentle Giant. The key thing for everybody is the vintage card, and they do not show a picture of it. So
Yeah.
don't know. Even a pre-production one, but there we go.
Well, let's see what else. The A couple weeks back, I think it was probably around, was it San Diego Comic Con, that all of these new 6 inch manufacturers started popping up as far as offering Star Wars product. Um, there's one, there's the Revoltech one that was shown, and also this Play Kai Arts Vader.
That's right. So there's so now we've got Play Arts Kai, as you said, plus the Revoltech. It's there's a lot of Vaders, man. This is a lot. Plus the Samurai one a couple of weeks ago, the Bandai one we shared.
Yep.
So plus the 6-inch Black Series. Woof. Wow.
So from what I understand, these are a little bit larger than a
Yes.
6 inch scale. The Play Kai or Play Arts Kai, whatever that's called. It's more of a, is it closer to
I think
9 inches?
Oh, okay.
8?
9 inches.
I'm not sure exactly. I have no point of
It's
reference for that.
it's highly stylized. Really,
Oh
really
yeah,
highly stylized. Just trying to share a picture. Hopefully, people can see that on screen. Yes, they can. It's love the hand sculpt, but it's almost like a Marvel comic kind of adaptation of him. Very dramatic and very Japanese in some ways too. So don't
yeah,
know what.
kind of a manga style.
Yeah, it's a little odd, and I don't know what they've got the stand there on the figure, kind of on the front rather than on the back, which seems weird. But I guess that cape you can't really put one unless you
Yeah,
get up at the back of the cape. But well, it's got articulated ankles. We can see that pretty much. So
it does look kind of Iron Man-ish, with the
yeah, it
legs.
does. It does. Have you ever had? Oh, you've had Revolt. We've talked about before some of the kind of Bandai and Medicom stuff, and this one seems crazy.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you could pose the hell out of it, but that cape is just the
That's
weirdest
insane.
thing. I wonder what the figure would look like with a soft goods cape. Just
Yeah, I mean, even that, the helmet's very wide, very over stylized in the width of it. Very thin joints. This was, it's kind of like the Figma Spider-Man figure.
right.
They did one that was great and one that was terrible. The joints were showing everywhere at the ankles, and this kind of looks the same, but
Hmm.
looks great with a saber. Again, very dramatic. Could be right out of the Marvel Comics adaptation almost, but an articulated cape. That's just.
That's crazy. And I like that shot that you're showing there, where he could fold his arms and
Yeah.
in front of him. I mean, there's not too many Darth Vader figures that you could do that with.
No, not at all. That looks like a magnetic lightsaber clip or something there.
I thought so too.
Yeah. That's crazy dramatic, but
Yeah.
playing cricket there, lovely. But oh, there's the cape again. Oh my God, that's
That's
just nuts.
weird.
That's nuts. And they're all around about 50, $60.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
a couple sites popped up with pre-orders for that this week. I didn't mention it here in the show notes, but I think there was the one I remember most of all was the Hobby Link Japan,
that's right. BBT.
and they had a pretty decent price on that, in the $40 range, I think. And that's obviously that's without shipping, but
Yeah, I don't know. It's certainly not one for me. I don't know about you if you're tempted by any of these to kind of dive in, or
no,
you feel a need.
no, I don't actually.
Yeah, it's yeah, we'll skip that one I think as well. Not one for me, but love to hear people's thoughts if they're watching the show, what they think about it, if they want to collect them or not. But
Absolutely.
yeah,
Sideshow, again, we kind of mentioned this the past couple shows. The Scout Trooper and Speeder Bike finally did go up for pre-order this week. And with that, they offered a special bundle, $25 off if you bought them both at the same time. That doesn't even cover shipping.
yeah, no,
I would
that's the
think.
first time I've seen them do that to do that kind of reduction in prices there. So It's good to see, but it's not a huge saving, is it?
No, I mean, was it $300 for that speeder bike?
That's
Or
right.
yeah,
It's
or 289, 299, something like that.
299, yeah, and 189 overall. So yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna be all in for this personally. It's too late for me. Save
yeah.
yourself. Save yourself. It's too late for me. I'm far too deep into this 6-inch 1/6 scale. So, but
I'm surprised they went with an exclusive version too, as well, for the speeder bike. I mean, typically they do the exclusive versions for just the figures themselves. But there's an exclusive version, I think, for the speeder bike that includes like a little um, name plaque.
oh, wow, you don't have any time to look at these, which is ridiculous. So, what's the exclusive? Oh, they get the long rifle.
Yeah, like the sniper
Yeah,
rifle,
yeah,
which is
yeah.
kind of a cool exclusive. I like that.
That is actually. You can alternate your sniper. But let's see.
Reminds me of Battlefront.
Yeah, it does. Sniper Scout. Wow, that's pretty neat. Yeah, that's kind of nice actually. And if you're going to
Yeah.
spend that amount of money, you do want the nicest version of these things. I just bought a Hot Toys through the weekend just to get a little exclusive Iron Man head. It's just bananas. They've got us all by like drug addicts.
Is that the battle damaged head that's got the flames coming out?
That's
the head?
right. That's right.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right.
That's
The
pretty
Silver
sweet.
Centurion. So, but that's nice. Just looking at some images here, that looks beautiful. That
Yeah.
really does look nice.
And I also like what they're doing with the figure itself, where they're designing like a new base.
I
It's
saw
more of an
that too.
environmental base that you can assemble with
Well,
different pieces.
isn't that kind of similar to the? Again, I've not even had a chance to see these, which is really bad. But the isn't that similar to the one that we've had with the Sand Trooper, where you lift off the sand base and it's a black base underneath?
Right. This one is different. This is an
Just having a look here.
like a hexagonal base, and
What
then
is
you
that next?
put like trees and just a
Bricks
bunch
and
of different little bits of
okay, okay. So it is. It's a
environmental.
base underneath, and then you can add the hexagonal. That's unusual.
Yeah.
Okay.
It says underneath there that it's kind of it's not an approved or it's a patent pending thing.
Sure, sure.
But I would assume that it's going to be very similar to this as it's released. I like the scene specific bases. Those are nice.
They are nice. That's a little bit of diorama, and of course he fits beautifully onto that bike. Sculpt looks great. Bike looks great. Cost just ay ay ay. But sniper rifle. Damn them. Damn.
Yeah.
Pornography. Never mind. They got
Let's
me.
see. What else? It was leaked out earlier this week. Not really leaked out, but announced by Kotobukiya that Barnes & Noble has an exclusive Astromech R2M5.
That's right. This that was really kept under the wraps. That one. That was not one that caught me by surprise. So
Yeah.
um,
It was kind of funny. The day that it was announced, it was like, I think it was right before lunchtime, my time, when I posted it and caught word of it. So I go to my local Barnes and Noble, and of course they don't know anything. What the
of course.
And I'm like, I told, they brought it up on their website. Said, oh yeah, we've got two in stock. And so they go look in the back. Oh, we just got our truck in. It's buried in some boxes way in the back. And I'm like, yeah, I'm here to buy one. I just the customer service sometimes at places is kind of, I don't know.
Would you like me to give you my money, or
Yeah, it's like I've got a wad of dirty money in my hand. Can I buy this thing? And they're, no, we'll take your name and your phone number, and we'll call you back as soon as we unpack
had
the
a
truck.
break. Yeah.
Today is Sunday, and I still haven't received a call. So either they haven't unpacked their truck, or they were feeding me a bunch of bull. And
Jeez. I didn't know you were a Kotobukiya person.
I wanted to
Astromech
just.
love.
I like the Astromechs. Don't get me wrong. I don't collect this line at all, other than the Boushh ones. I had a, I don't
You
know.
had to
Oh,
have
it's
it.
exclusive. It's available now. Go buy me. It was like, okay.
It was your birthday. It was your birthday.
Yeah, it's like I'm gonna
weekend,
give myself a
so-
treat. And I'll buy myself a Astromech that I don't need, and
Good for you.
Maybe it was fate, and it said I really didn't need it, so they didn't give it to me.
Oh dear.
So now that I didn't get it that day, I don't even care now. I'm not going to actively try to hunt one down. It's like I would have totally blown the $40 or whatever it was just to get it that day, and I don't know, dumb.
No.
So anyway, $40 save that allowed me to spend it on other things this weekend.
Beer.
Don't say that right now. What else? Anovos announced a Vader giveaway. For people that don't recall, Anovos, they do the super accurate costumes, replicating key characters from Star Wars. They've got Vader, Han Solo, Luke Bespin, a bunch of other ones that are coming out soon. But they're giving away one on the Nerdist.com of Darth Vader, which is probably their most expensive costumes that they have so far.
You too can be the proud owner of a black codpiece. So again. So that's a pretty sweet giveaway, it has to be said. It's immediately cosplay and look extra classy with a fully licensed outfit. So pretty nice. Yeah. Pretty nice.
That wraps up the collectible news pretty much for this week. Let's see, moving on to TV, movie, book, and game news. The biggest thing that came out, or the most entertaining, I would say, was the new video that J.J. Abrams posted teasing Zack Snyder once again regarding Star Wars. He revealed this long panning shot of the new Millennium Falcon, and as you're doing the walk by or walk under, the music changes from the classic Star Wars theme to
the Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight, and it reveals that the Batmobile is apparently, or the Tumbler, is now Star Wars canon because it's now a part of the Millennium Falcon.
How did you feel when I saw this video? I'm so sad. I was the first one to comment on YouTube, and I was sweating myself. I was so excited.
Yeah.
The tingles down my spine. I was just, here's the back of my neck. I thought, what are we seeing here? And then, of course, it was this thing with Zack Snyder. I was like, what?
Yeah. But I was excited as well. I had goosebumps, and the combination of the soundtrack. Music, that's what does it for me typically when I
totally
get goosebumps in a movie. It's not so much what's going on screen. It's the music that kind of triggers that. But
some of the guys in the office hadn't seen this, and I was just like, you must watch this video, and they were just like, dude, this is amazing. They thought that we were going to get to see inside the Falcon, and I was like, no. But what a hunk of junk, what a hunk of beautiful ship. I mean, the fact they've made this thing, and of course we saw this. We were looking at the photographs last week. The half of this ship has been made, so wow, the Falcon is there. It's looking great.
Yeah, their attention to detail is pretty crazy on that, as far as the weathering, and it just looks old and abused.
Exactly. I mean, you can imagine. I mean, that's the tumbler there. There's got to be something else going on there. There were lots of little signature things from builders and little in-jokes. So, yeah.
Yep.
Fantastic stuff.
Well, let's see. Regarding the Clone Wars, it's been kind of rumored for a while that the Lost Missions season, that's been on Netflix for quite a while now, is coming out on Blu-ray and DVD. I think you had posted a link to thedigitalbits.com where they were referencing that.
That's right. Look there. Yeah, so we're going to get to see some of this. Where is this? Where are we? Nope, this must have been you, I think.
Oh, was it?
I think so.
And then there was another one I saw as well, another link that our friends at Jedi News had posted. It's some sort of a Clone Wars announcement coming to the official site this week sometime.
That's right, which is very cryptic, it has to be said. It's
Yeah.
something's coming this week.
Great.
What? Yeah.
Refresh.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, which is probably going to be the Blu-ray DVD. So I guess, but
Yeah, I know there's people that want to have a complete, physical, hard copy collection
sure.
to finish that out. So I'd
Indeed.
probably buy it. I don't have any of the. I think I do have the first 2 seasons on Blu-ray, or at least I know I have them on DVD. I don't recall if it's Blu-ray exactly, but I wouldn't mind a full complete set. Yeah. Going back to episode 7 news for a bit, some new images had been posted via the website 20 Minutos.
.es,
and it reveals some
beautiful
higher res images of the Falcon. Noticing that Millennium Falcon that it got a new radar dish.
So wow, there's the Falcon too, the X-wing too. I'm looking for the radar dish. Did we miss it?
In the first photo.
In the first photo? Let's have a little look here. Where's the radar dish? I don't see it.
That square, or that rectangular.
So it is. Well spotted. Well spotted.
So, since Lando ripped off the last one.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. That's a good point. That's a very good point. I love these guys down here. They're clearly staring at something like a drone or something that's hovering. What the hell is that thing doing? They're all looking up towards something, so it's clear somebody was flying by.
There's a lot of great high-res images posted there.
So, and those little the Rebel Force kind of logos there.
Yeah.
Wow, it's very high-res.
It's a big lot there. It's so cool seeing the Millennium Falcon built full size, at least half of it full size.
You do realize that this shot will probably be all of 1 second in the film.
Yeah, probably.
They'll glimpse to this scene. Meanwhile, at the Rebel base, and this will be it. So, but it's nice.
Yeah, it'll be some establishing shot, where there's a pan over the base here, and then it cuts to an interior shot of something totally different.
And then in the special edition, we'll have some Rontos going by. So that looks pretty slick. They were amazing photographs. Amazing. Did not even see that. Well done, sir, for finding that out. Or to 20 minutos. So very good.
And then let's see, Rebels news. You had posted a link that a new Rebels movie trailer had come out.
That's right. So it just appeared today, I believe, or late last night. I haven't had a chance to really look at it. We'll take a quick look at it just now. But it's I don't see any new footage that we haven't seen before. But let's have another quick look through it, and I'll share that on screen with everybody. Let's have a little look here. Would help if I shared it. There we go. So nothing really new. I think there's a couple of slightly different shots, but nothing that we've not seen before. It just mentions again that it's coming. Bit of the Inquisitor, Beardy Weirdy, new shot of Sabine. You still there? Have I cut you off, or are you in?
No, I'm still there.
Yep. So nothing else to really, it's just it caught me when it said the movie trailer. I was like, the what? But of course, oh, there we go, a little bit of some Wookiees you shot. So I feel at this point now that when we get to watch it, we've actually seen just about every single part of it in a clip, give or take. We seem to have seen so much of it, but next Friday, 9 p.m., Disney Channel, if you've got XD. So.
Yep. Or on September 29th, if you could watch it through the Disney XD app. You could actually watch it a few days early.
Or I'm hoping StarWars.com.
Yeah.
That's the same as the Clone Wars, which would be nice. Something else I just posted was, I don't know if you had a chance to read this, but it's a really good article, a really good review. Entertainment Weekly. I've just caught this up on my Twitter feed this week, and he does a really good review with Entertainment Weekly, and it's very sharp, it's very dry, it's very Anthony, and a couple of little hints there, and mentions that basically he's wearing the exact same suit. 3PO is back in the same kind of guise. He's not going to be, pimped out in any different colors, and so, okay, as we expected. So.
Yeah, and I think I read too that they built an all-new costume for him to wear, a more comfortable one. So.
Exactly. And the last little thing there, in fact, I've got one other late little addition which I'll sneak in a minute, but we'll talk about this first. The Imperial Handbook, browsing on Amazon this week, and I bought so much Lego and other Star Wars stuff, and I'm always looking for Star Wars stuff. And this said, you may like, and I thought, what? I'd never heard about this thing. And then, literally on the same day, it was on StarWars.com. So this follows up in the whole Jedi path and the Bounty Hunter Code. This pretty sweet-looking little book with nice little lapel pins there. Let me just go through. There's a little gallery of images somewhere I put down. Let's have a little look. But have you ever bought any of these? The Bounty Hunter Code or the Jedi Path? You ever?
No.
No.
I coincidentally I saw all of those books when I was at Barnes and Noble, but. Yeah, I've never purchased one.
I did have the Bounty Hunter handbook in my hands, literally, and was really swithering for it. But I wouldn't go back and read these things. I'd flick through them and then they'd go on a shelf. But it seems to be the same philosophy. There's lots of little notes. You can just see a little bit down there. There's little notes written by General Medine there. On the book, I'm just showing that on screen, and little things being circled and scribbled on, so it gives it a very kind of real book feel. And there's an electronic component to this as well, which allows the section to kind of part. So you can just see the lights down at the bottom. Not quite sure how this one's going to work, but it's the same on all the other books and versions. So yeah, if you're into buying the Imperial Handbook, there you go. So that was that. The other one I was going to share with you, and if you just bear with me 1 second, I will. The same guy we were talking about earlier on, because I caught this, and I might be wrong, but our Walgreens buyer, Tom Ann, is it Tom Ann? I can't remember his name. Where is he? So I retweeted him today. Stephen Ann. Let's have a look at this. I'm just going to try and share this on screen, see if you can see it. I might be wrong here, but I think we're getting a little peek at something. So if what do you make of this? So Stephen and the Walgreens buyer never tell me the odds, and he's sharing a picture of 3PO. That's exactly what I thought. That is not a 3PO from the movie. That's a 3PO toy.
Wow.
Exactly. You're doing the same thing I'm thinking. I'm thinking, could it be a little tease from the next 6-inch figure? I don't know. I just don't know.
That's interesting.
Why would he post this? Now again, Stephen Ann, he is the Walgreens purchaser. For Star Wars, he's the guy who's been sharing with us that Boba Fett and Darth Vader and all these lines are coming out. But this caught my eye today, and I really was looking at the image and I thought, this is not a still from the movie. And why else would he post this? I mean, he could just post it just for the hell of it, but
yeah,
it's freaked you a little bit as well. Is it just me? Am I just being silly?
I'm searching for certain things, and
yeah, I don't know. I was the only one that favorited this or something. No one else has looked at it. So I was kind of like, what's going on? So.
I'm going to follow him now.
I'm actually going to. I'll ask him. Actually, that's probably the best thing to do. Is we'll.
Stephen Ann.
Yeah. And we'll see whether the Stephen Gann, Ganne, but his name is Stephen Ann.
Okay.
So we'll ask him, but I just thought we'd share that the last minute thing, and if it ever does happen, we shared the first image of 3PO 6-inch.
Very cool.
So I'm glad it's not just me. I thought maybe you're going to say no, you're wrong, but you're thinking the same thing for me.
He's already following me.
and me, so he knows he's watching these things.
Follow. Interesting. Well, that's kind of neat.
Can you reveal more?
Good find. Good find.
So there we go. So yeah, that's us, I think.
Yep. Just a quick rundown of some of the new toys and goodies we got this week. For myself, I received the Jumbo Kenner Boushh to go with my other Jumbo Kenner Bounty Hunters, which was very nice from Dorkside Toys. What else did I get? I got those Disney store figurines, which was one of my more lamer purchases. I have the box of one of them that I received.
Talk about the trash compactor.
I think it was melted. Because it's not. I don't know. It's definitely not crushed. It's something. As far as heat was applied to this, because it just totally warped the entire plastic.
You've got a one of a kind, Jason.
Yeah, and also Jabba's like kicking back inside there. He's all loose. The Gamorrean guard is like tipping over, and not to mention the, weird boomerang lightsaber from Luke. But
I think it's
some of the figures in there are pretty nice. As far the C-3PO is nice, and the Gamorrean guard itself is nice. But man, I received that.
Can you get a refund from them?
Since I was out of town, I'm in process of shipping it back. But yeah, because the outer that was packed in the box that way. Because the outer box I received was completely pristine. So someone said, "Oh, this is good enough." Order filled.
Which is the norm. I know.
Yeah.
I know. We've had this argument before, but
yeah.
I think that the point of it that always strikes as well is these things are made in China. I think everybody expects, and we also expect them so mint and so wonderful. And it's I had a few conversations with people this week about some figures, and I think people forget sometimes as well that Star Wars figures come on cardboard. They don't come on diamond. You get little dings and little things happen. So, but people sometimes just get very irate, and they're, I spent $8, and it's like, well, on a bit of cardboard with a bit of plastic on it, things are never going to be perfect. So,
right,
it's the way of the world. So, what else did you get for your 40th birthday?
I got. I mentioned I don't have it handy. It's over there. It's I can't remember what the company is even. It's called Steel Tech. It's kind of like an erector set. I think most people know what those are that are over a certain age. It's essentially a metal building kit that you can. This one in particular is the X-Wing. It's from 1995. My brother picked it up at a antique store. It's completely unopened. It's in pretty decent shape, but yeah, that was one of the. He always tries to get me something that I don't have, and that's becoming increasingly difficult. So I was surprised to receive that, and pretty cool piece, I think.
Good.
And then, like I mentioned, the Rebels Toys R Us exclusive set I picked up and photographed that. So that was pretty much it for me this week. I was pretty. It's not like I didn't try to buy things, but I didn't.
You didn't.
But I didn't.
Well, I think you were one of the first, I think, to get a review update of the Jedi Reveal set, pretty much. So it's good to see them. But
yeah, I think Corey and the guys over at the Wolfpack
so they did.
podcast
So they did. They did have one. That's right.
Got theirs in there.
But what did I have this week? Non-Star Wars, pretty much. Hot Toys, Iron Man, the Silver Centurion with the exclusive helmet, which is actually a little meh. There's been a lot of photoshopping going on that little helmet, and it doesn't quite look like flames. So, but there we go. It's all exclusive. I'm so sad. I get into the Marvel Mashers line this week with Deadpool. It's actually not bad. So kind of cool. And what else did I buy? I think there was something else I bought. What did I buy? Proto Fett, of course. How could I forget? Prototype Fett. So finally got hold of one, and yeah, as we said, kind of good figure, but Yeah, I hope they don't do too many repaints. A shadow Boba Fett, if that's next, we'll just be calling it too far. But although I'd probably buy it anyway. So,
Yeah.
but there we go.
That's it for me. So until next time, I'd like to thank everyone for first of all, for the birthday wishes. They were flooding my Facebook page with happy wishes, and I appreciate that very much. Until next week, I'm not sure what big news will come out. Hopefully, maybe something regarding that C-3PO finally. It's
That would
been
be
a
good.
long time coming. That's it for me.
And me. We'll see you
All
next
right.
time.
See you next time.